It's the Rose Show.
Hey, what's going on? Good, how are you?
Welcome everybody to the Rose Show. I'm super excited. Friday's here already. TGIF, right?
Oh, can't wait. Love Friday, love the weekend.
Today, I'm in physical therapy right now, and the lady is really
Yeah. Friday's the next day, and after that, that's it.
Yeah, so no PC on Friday. But anyway, she's working me hard, which it's helping. Thank God my shoulder is getting so much better.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know yet, I had to have shoulder surgery, and it's getting there. It was one of the toughest, I think.
So
I've had
big
many,
thing with
but
the range of motion, right?
oh my goodness, it is terrible, terrible. But thank God, it's coming along. I can now put my jacket on, which is huge.
That's
I
very
can
good.
now put my shirt on, which is great. So yeah, PT is definitely working for sure.
That's
and
good.
My girl is great. She's absolutely great. Love her.
And they usually work you. They push you hard.
Yeah, they really do. She really does. She does. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too. I haven't seen you in person yet.
I know. I can't wait to see you. Did you have a good New Year's?
Yeah, I was actually in South Carolina. I got back on Saturday, New Year's Day. We flew home, and then I came back down yesterday. I'm here again. So.
Good for you. Yeah. So you're in South Carolina. Let's tell everybody why you're in South Carolina. So let's start off with, why did you get into real estate, Shawn?
Okay, very good. So first off, I got into real estate, was it 3 years ago now? I think I'm an agent 3 years. Because part of it was my mother, actually. She was, I always tell her that she should have got her license. She's always looking at houses from as little as I can remember when I was young. She was always on Zillow, Realtor.com, just always looking at houses. She liked to design and decorate. And we moved a bunch of times, even within the same 3-town area. She was just always buying houses.
Well, good for her. That's smart. That's a smart move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She would, and they always made money on every house they ever sold, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to always look at houses for her on Zillow when I was growing up. She would tell me I knew what she liked, what she was looking for, or if any of my aunts or anything like that, and I'd always look for houses for them. Because everyone moved, my whole family moved from Staten Island to Jersey slowly but surely. Everyone came out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always looking for houses. And then after a while, once I got older, I was like, you know what? I started hearing more and more about how much commission is on real estate and everything. I was like, I should just get my license. I like doing it. To me, it's easy. I was like, people tell you what they're looking for. You literally just go and find it and show it to them. That's all you got to do.
What were you doing before you decided to do that?
So before I was doing real estate, I was at my job, which I'm still currently at. So I do both, which I'm in local 15 in the union. I work for New York City Department of Transportation.
Awesome.
I'm an equipment operator. I pave. So I do. Mm-hmm. I still do that full time. And
That's hard work. That is hard work.
Even though I'm full-time there, I still would say I'm also full-time real estate. I definitely put in full-time work, I would say.
You absolutely do, because you got real estate on when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
You are knocking them out of the park.
I had a good year last year, I have to say. I did.
Fantastic.
I'm hoping to take another leap for 2022, so we'll see. Yeah. But anyway, back to why I'm in South Carolina is on top of being a real estate agent, I've mainly over the past year or so become fascinated with real estate investing. So I got
the key to making your money grow, right?
100%. Mm-hmm. I think it's way better than the stock market. I do.
That and stock market could drive you crazy.
Less risk, less complicated. And basically, I got into buying investment properties. So I bought my first condo last year, about a year and a half ago, which was in Myrtle Beach, and I
Mm-hmm.
used it for a long-term rental. I bought it right before COVID, pre-COVID,
Okay.
and I paid $98,000 for it
Wow.
as a two-bedroom, two-bath. Paid 98,000 for a condo on a golf course, about
Are you kidding?
5 minutes from the beach.
Oh my God.
And then COVID happened, and shockingly, the real estate market went crazy, good in a good way. And I
Mm-hmm.
sold it 8 months later for $137,000.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Wow. I can't believe $98,000, 5 minutes from the
98,000.
beach.
Yep, it's the South. Everything's cheaper
Wow.
than the Northeast.
That's
And
amazing.
I
That's amazing.
I might add the taxes were $400 for the year.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
I swear to God.
No wonder why
Meanwhile,
everybody's going down that way.
my
Right?
townhouse in brick, the taxes were almost 7,000.
It's
Crazy.
unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So then I sold that, and then I rolled that money into, basically, I ended up partnering up with my brother-in-law, and we bought two separate condos in the same complex in also in Myrtle Beach. But those aren't long-term rentals. We're short-term rentals, so they're on Airbnb.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, one is up and running. It's live. It's doing well, and the other one is where I'm sitting right now. We just closed on it, so we're doing some minor renovations.
So that's great. So you got into the real estate world
Yes.
because you heard that commissions were high, right?
Yeah.
You wanted to
Yeah.
make a lot of money. And so, you're killing it. You're definitely killing it on the buying, selling side with your clients. And now you took the other approach on investments, which is huge, right?
Yes.
To invest your money into real estate is like the number one thing to do. It really is. When you come across a good deal, it's even better.
Yeah. And on top of it, everything I end up buying myself, I'm either the buying agent or the referral agent on it. So I just use that commission for closing costs. That's what I do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. There's so many different aspects that people could use a real estate license. They don't even realize, right?
Oh,
But the number one thing,
yes.
yeah,
Many.
the number one,
One being property management, which is huge, especially down in vacation areas.
right. So how would you describe it? I mean, your property management company down there, what do they do for you?
So for the most part, I self-manage from afar.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I have a company called Evolve. They should be paying me for this. Evolve.
Yeah.
And they're actually really good. They're national, but they specialize in vacation markets. They charge a flat 10% commission fee, which is pretty cheap, 10%.
Mhm.
And all they do is they build your listing. They take the photos for free, and they're basically the host on Airbnb. That's what they do for you. So I don't have to worry about all that. They pay the taxes to the county and all that stuff. So they charge 10%. Airbnb charges 3%, but Airbnb is charging them 3% because they're the host. So I'm really only getting charged 7%, because if I was doing it on my own, I'd still be paying that 3%.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot involved. I could talk for hours about it, but but it's definitely worth it.
So one of the perks, right, of having a real estate license is the fact that you get to keep your commission.
Yes.
Majority of it, right?
Yeah.
And now, being with EXP, you're making 80%, right?
Yeah.
Of that commission.
80%, and I'm getting capped 16,000. So.
And you're getting capped, which is, I mean, that not only are you getting capped where whatever revenue you're getting is going towards it here in New Jersey because you have your New Jersey license.
Yes.
But now you're going to be getting your Carolina license?
Yes, I should have my South Carolina license, I would say, by the end of the month. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So whatever you're producing there is going towards that same $16,000 cap.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Before
Yes.
you know it, you're making 100% of your commission.
Right. The goal is to do that as soon as possible. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
That's super, super awesome. You have to get your mom. Your mom's got to get her license.
Yeah, I want my mom, my sister, I want them all to do it. My brother-in-law is doing. He's going to start your class.
Awesome.
He's jumping on Monday. He told me he's going to do that. So,
Oh, good, good, good.
yep.
All right, that's awesome. Great.
But yeah,
What are some of your New Year's resolutions for this year?
my New
What are your
Year's
goals?
resolutions. Well, one of them is just about probably the same as the rest of the world. I need to start eating a little better. So I'm
Well,
in
I
good
think
shape.
everyone's got the same
Yeah,
that
I mean,
same
I'm not out of
resolution.
shape or anything, but I have a bad diet. I'm lucky I have good metabolism. So,
Hmm.
but definitely that. I want to grow. So right now I have 2 condos down here. I'd like to add 2 more properties in 2022. That's one of my goals or resolutions, I should say. And real estate wise, I'd like to try and beat my number of last year.
That's
So,
great. That's
well,
great. So for an agent that's just starting out new, okay, so for people that are on the fence, right?
okay.
They really want to get their real estate license, but either number one, they think that they can't because they don't know math. That's the number one thing I hear all the time. I'm not good in math. Okay. Well, first of all, I got to tell everyone, do not worry about the math. You might have maybe 8 to 12 questions on math, but by the time I'm done teaching you, you should know it. Okay.
Yeah. Plus you get a
But the
calculator.
math, exactly. The math is not the problem. You know,
No.
don't let that stop you. You can get a real estate license if you really want it. You
Yeah.
know, it's just a matter of learning the material and studying, and you can get it. And so, people are on the fence. That's the number one reason, right? They're afraid. They're afraid, not
Yeah.
knowing not knowing what it's about, right? But I make my classes fun, Shawn. Don't you think I make my classes fun?
Yeah, your classes are great, and it's a good way of learning. Like, we highlight this important stuff, star the stuff. So when you go back and study, what you really have to memorize for the most
Yeah,
part.
absolutely.
I remember the way I studied for it was I generally would skim over all the chapters, but anything that had those highlights and those stars are the things I emphasized on. I
Hmm.
passed on my first try. So, and if you don't pass on your first try, you
It's
shouldn't be
okay.
discouraged. Yes,
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Retake it because
That
some of the best agents out there, I can guarantee you, didn't pass on their first try.
that's exactly the truth. The difference is not giving up, right?
Yeah,
Not giving up. Just keep going for it. You just got to keep at it. If you want it that bad, right? You have to remember your purpose on why you sat in the class to begin with.
right.
Why were you there? Right? Why? And so if you keep remembering that purpose on why you were there, you should be able to accomplish that goal. Just
And
keep at it.
the if the hardest part is signing up and getting in that first class. If you make it to that first class, you're gonna most likely that's it. You made it, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyone always says they want to do things, but then they ended up, they do it in their head and they never follow through with it. But taking the first step is the most important step. So if you sign up for that class and you take that first class, you're going to stick with it. 90% of the people.
It's so true. It's
Yeah.
so Star Points Real Estate School, everyone.
Yes.
Reach out to me. Yeah, I love what I do. I love
Yeah,
making a
well, you're
difference
one
in
of the
people's
best.
lives.
So yeah.
Thanks, Shawn.
Yeah.
Thanks. So for the person that feels like, we got the math out of the way. The person that feels like, I don't know, am I going to be able to juggle my position now that I have? Or I went to college already, I got my degree. I really don't need a real estate license. What would you tell them?
So one, I'm anti-college. I'll get that right off the bat. I think unless you have a specific career that a degree is needed for, shouldn't go to college. Most people waste their money. I'm 31 now. All of my friends who went to college, I would say 90% of them, their job they didn't need their 4-year degree for. So, and they got
Yeah,
$200,000.
unfortunately, that's true in many cases.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate of school. I love school. I feel like the more you learn, the better you be.
No,
You become.
yeah. I mean,
Knowledge is power.
yes,
So
that's true.
yeah, yeah.
And as for juggling job, like I'm a perfect example. Like I said, I work a full-time job besides doing real estate. Real estate is the type of job where honestly you kind of have freedom to do it with another job. The way it's structured, a lot of it's all digital, computer now. Besides actual showings, which for the most part, if you work a 9 to 5, odds are the person who you're showing a house to also works a 9 to 5. So they're not looking
Right.
at houses until after 5 o'clock anyway, or on the
That
weekend
is
when
that is so true.
or
That
on the
is so true.
weekend when you're off.
That's
So
right.
it doesn't really affect you, in my opinion. You can do 2 jobs, 100%.
Yeah, it's so true. When the winter starts to come and the days get shorter and it starts to turn dark at like 4:30, you're
Yeah,
like, oh my God, I gotta go show houses. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, it's dark out. You better make sure the electric's on.
yeah.
Because if you go to the houses where everything's shut off,
Oh yeah.
you're there with the flash.
You got the phone flashlight, crawl spaces. Yeah, I
It just
know.
happened to us the other day. Yeah. I, and so, yeah, we love when it's the long days because that is the busy time when you're showing homes between
Yeah,
5 and 8 o'clock. It's
yeah.
between
Five
five
and
and eight
eight.
o'clock.
That's the bulk of home showing, I would say. Well, nowadays it's you put a house up for listed and you got 50 appointments. So
Gosh, I know. And it's
yeah,
still going
it's
strong.
I think
It's,
it's gonna keep getting stronger, honestly.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So,
'Cause there's not enough inventory, that's for sure.
nope, not enough.
Um, yeah,
Even if the rates go up, the lack of inventory, I think, will beat the rise in rates.
right,
Like,
right.
for-
Yeah.
so,
And then, in some other cases, people, they don't realize that they can get their license and become what's called a referral agent,
yes,
where they don't even have to work the business. They just need to be the eyes and the ears out there to whoever wants to buy and sell. Then they take that information, they bring it back to the team member or the broker, whoever, and they'll make a certain percentage off of that deal.
right,
That's all they're doing. And it's
yeah,
passive income. It's passive income.
right,
Right?
and you don't have to do anything but just connect two people.
How many times do you go out to eat, right? I swear, I think every single time I'm out to eat, one or two conversations at least, I hear people talking about houses or the
Always,
market or the market.
especially now.
It's the number one conversation that's out there,
Yes, I agree. I
you
agree.
know? And so that's just another whole avenue to be able to make some passive money, right?
Yeah,
And then the other thing is I tell everybody, whether you want to make it a profession or not, I don't know how people get through life without taking a real estate class.
yeah,
Did you learn other things in that class that would carry with you for the rest of your life? If you
yes. Because
decide to quit tomorrow,
even
right?
if
You
you're not
decide
going to be
to
a
quit
realtor, you're still going to at one point you're going to be renting or buying somewhere.
That's right.
So you're not going to be homeless. You know what I mean? So you can use what you learned in that class for yourself. So
That's right. That's right. So reflecting on us and then what we want to do for this year coming up and our goals, what would you say is the number one thing that people misunderstand about you?
the number one thing that people misunderstand about me, I would say sometimes people think about me because I'm pretty smart. And I like to think I'm savvy is the word I will use. So sometimes I feel like people think I break things down to make it seem very good, which I'm not lying. Like I know how to explain something. Sometimes people may think that like I'm trying to get over on them, but I'm not at all. You know what I mean? I'm not like that.
Right.
So
Right.
I deal with that sometimes. Like they almost think that you're a salesman, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
gonna deal
Mm-hmm.
with that. I don't
Number
know.
one thing in this business is to be honest, right?
Honest and consistent.
Honesty and consistency. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
So.
right. Because people change their minds all the time. That's normal. That's normal.
I've actually probably messed up a deal or two for myself over the course of the past 3 years because I've showed a house to people and like they wanted to buy it and I was like, you probably shouldn't buy this house. Like just you know what I mean? Just because not everybody knows. It's just like you know what I mean? I don't know, and that's probably wrong for me, but I want them to
You know
buy
what? No, it's not wrong.
I
It's
want
not
them to
wrong.
buy the best house possible. And like some houses, they're just not worth it, or the wrong area. Like if people are moving from a different area to one area and they really like the house and it's priced great, probably because the area isn't, I mean, the best area. So
Hmm.
there's always things to, I don't know, look at.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You know, honesty is the best, right? Because even though they could feel, number one, they could feel your energy, right?
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
know when you're trying to just make a sale. I
Uh-huh.
could tell right away when somebody's trying to pitch me on something, you
Definitely.
know, and especially if it's just like, or you see that there's a problem and someone's trying to tell you that there's not a problem, that's a problem, right? It's plain
Yeah.
and simple. It's right there in front of your face. How could you sit there and tell me this is not a problem,
You got to see for
right?
yourself. Yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, I mean, my entire business was based on honesty. And even if they don't buy, they're going to take your advice. They're looking to you. You're the professional,
Yeah.
right? And you have a fiduciary obligation to them, as them being your clients,
Right.
to do the best thing for them, right? And this business, people think some of the agents out there will just work the business and just, it's a one-time deal type of thing.
Right.
They're looking at the dollar amount, and that is right out the window. I mean, that
Yeah.
you
So
need to look at this business,
a lot of
and
agents look at people as just a number.
you need to look at this business and know it's your business, and
Right.
you want it to keep flourishing, and the only way to do that is by being honest and being there for them, and dedicating your time into finding the perfect thing that suits them the best, looking out
Right.
for their interest, and they will thank you for that, and then they'll talk to another 5 people and tell them about you.
Right. Yeah. The word of mouth is the best marketing.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you can send out all the flyers in the world, but if somebody's friend tells them to use you, they're going to use you over the flyer they get.
yep, it's true. So thinking back from when you were small, and all the jobs you've had, what
Okay.
would you say was your least favorite job?
My least favorite job. Okay, so that's a good story, actually. It lasted 5 hours. 5. When I was a senior in high school,
Hmm.
I got a job at a PetSmart. Okay, it was a
Okay.
PetSmart or Petco, one of the two. I forget which one it was. And I had got hired to be quote unquote the fish guy. I was going to be working in the aquarium section, handling all the fish tanks. I had like fish growing up. I love to fish, and I had a couple fish
I
tanks.
love to fish too.
Yeah. So I was going to be the fish guy, whatever, right? I got hired to do that. So I go there my first day, and they put me on the register up front, and I'm like, "Whoa, I'm the fish guy," and and they're like, "No, no, no, you can't be in the aquarium section, and you got to work cashier for 6 months first." And I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, I didn't sign up for that at all." So
Right.
I was so annoyed. I already knew I was going to quit, and I'm working there for like I was 17 probably. So what I did eventually actually was probably not the right thing to do, but I was 17, so I'll let myself slide. My friends came in like 3 hours later, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to play basketball," and I was like, "Ah." I just left, and I was like, I just left, and I played basketball. Then I never went back to Petco.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. That's funny.
So
That's
that
funny.
was my least favorite job or worst job, I should say. But they lied to me first, so.
Oh, the job market now is unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
The I can't begin to tell you, as I'm driving up and down Route 9, how many help wanted signs I see
Oh, every
everywhere.
restaurant, everywhere.
This is just it's unbelievable. It really
Yeah.
is unbelievable. You know, I think, I was watching Good Morning America the other day, and they said that this time right now, and I sat there for a second. I'm like, wow, it is so true. This time right now is the time for anyone that's working another job that they don't like and it's not their dream job. now is the time to go and find your dream job.
Yeah,
Because
I
there's
agree.
so many, there's so many openings. There's so many openings. I mean, I even know certain industries that you may not even have the total, schooling for that particular thing. They're hiring people based on their personality,
Yeah. No, yeah,
because they need
definitely.
the help.
I agree. Yeah, when there's lack of help, you have a better opportunity of getting hired. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's true. I was in the dentist office the other day and they had the big sign that said, yes, we are short staffed, but please be nice to us because we're here.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I'm like, wow, it's true.
It's very
Right?
true.
It's so true. So yeah, we have to kind of be patient because they're short-handed, and it must be really tough on those people that are there.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next
Hell
time we
yeah,
try to lose our temper over something, we have to rethink,
definitely.
and think that thank God that person's actually there because then everything would be closed.
Yeah, that people working right now they're keeping everything open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Your sister has a couple of different places, right?
Yeah, they have couple two restaurants, a pizzeria, and 2 Dunkins.
How are they doing? Are they doing okay? They short staffed too?
Short staffed, yeah, for sure, definitely. Dunkin' Donuts get away with it a little bit because close the inside, just keep the drive-through open.
Right, right,
Which a
right.
lot of places have done that have drive-throughs. But
Hmm.
yeah, definitely short staff. So.
Yeah. Well, God bless all those business owners, and I pray every night for everything to hopefully get back to normal again.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. I think we're almost
Yeah.
there.
I
So.
think we got a while still, but
Honestly, I think it
one
depends where
day
you
at a
are.
time.
Yeah,
Huh?
depends where you are. Up by us, yeah. Down here, you wouldn't even know anything is different. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
So.
Are they wearing masks over
Nah, if you're in a store, 90% of the people don't have one on.
there?
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So.
Well, I so look forward to all your success coming this year. I mean, I watched you go the last 3 years. I'm very blessed and grateful that you've entered my life, right?
Yes. Likewise.
We knew from the classroom that we were going to be friends, right? It
Yes.
was
I
just
said, like,
crazy.
I raised my hand. I gave you the look. Yeah.
And you're very, dependable, and that I really appreciate everything. When I need something that you're there for me. That really, I can't thank you enough. And I wish
Yeah,
you
actually,
all
you
the
remind
best.
me. I still have your sign.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to pick that up. As a matter of fact, we're going to have our meeting. So,
Okay.
our team meeting. Yeah. And I'm going to do awards and stuff. So it's going to be great.
Okay.
And we'll see. I'll see you then.
All right.
Right. But until then, what do you know, Shawn? It's time to go. But stay tuned, everyone, for the next row show. I will see you next Friday at 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. I actually had somebody from California asking me what time.
Oh,
So
perfect.
yeah, so that's awesome.
All right. Well, it was
And
good. Great talking, doing the show. I loved it.
yes, thank you so much. And I'll have you back. We'll definitely
Yeah.
have you back.
Definitely come
All
back on.
right.
I'll give an update midsummer on how everything's going.
Great. That's great. All
All
right. I'll
right.
see you later.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.